Good evening, East Alabama to West Georgia. Dr. Don with you. It is 5:35 Central, 6:35 Eastern from the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD Severe Weather Center. We are back on the air with you because of a new tornado warning that has just been issued. This is a tornado warning for Chilton County in central Alabama. And I'll just read the text of that warning to you. A tornado warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. for southern Chilton and eastern Perry counties. At 5:32, a confirmed tornado was located near Parnell, or 15 miles southeast of Brent, moving to the east at 65 miles per hour. Damaging tornado is the hazard from this. And so those locations in the path of this storm include the city of Clanton, Thorsby, Maplesville, Chilton County Motor Sports Park, Gap of the Mountain, Pools Crossroads, Lomax, and I-65 rest area. So you'll remember back on March 25th, when the night we had the tornadoes that moved across East Alabama, this stuff started back over here in Chilton County, very close to the same area we're talking about right now. So here's your possible tornado. It is right there, or actually confirmed tornado, excuse me. It has been confirmed. So this is going to be just west of 82, Highway 82. You folks down there in central Alabama know where this is at. This is right there in Maplesville. If you're in Prattville, you drive Highway 82 out of Prattville going to Tuscaloosa. All of you Alabama fans, you drive right through this area where this tornado is crossing Highway 82 there in Maplesville. Eventually, it will cross I-65 there somewhere around the Verbena exit. Very close to where the Alabama Emergency Management Home Headquarters is located there at the intersection of 31 and I-65. So here's the timing. We just put this up on the screen for those of you that may be over there in Chilton and Coosa County, because Coosa County is up next. We're talking about Maplesville around 5:40. That's in about 2 minutes. The Enterprise community of Chilton County at about 5:54. Clanton at 5:54, Gumhead at 5:55. That's where my dad's farm is located. It's actually called Gumhead. He doesn't live there. It's just pasture land. Titus at 6:10 p.m., Rockford at 6:16, Hyssop at 6:20, Seaman, Alabama at 6:21, Our Town around 6:30, and Alexander City at around 6:32. So you folks in Coosa County and Tallapoosa County need to pay very close attention to this warning. Again, this is a tornado warning. This is a confirmed tornado by the National Weather Service, now crossing over Highway 82 near Maplesville in Chilton County, Alabama. Let me put on base velocity. Oh, yes, absolutely, we have a tornado right there. No question whatsoever. There you go. That is a very good tornado signature. You see the pinks, the greens, and the reds all touching one another right there, just to the, now just right over Maplesville. So this is a very dangerous situation. This tornado is confirmed by the National Weather Service and is on the ground causing damage. So you folks there in Maplesville, if you're watching us tonight, we do have folks in Chilton County that watch Dr. Don's weather page, so you're going to want to go to your safe place immediately. If you're out here on Highway 22, out here at the intersection of Highway 22 and 191, if you're in that location anywhere to the east, all the way back over to I-65 on Highway 22 in Chilton County, you need to be in your safe place right now. Time's running out on you. The Enterprise community of Chilton County, Clanton itself, over here on I-65, right there at the intersection of I-65 and 31. If you know someone who lives in that area, you're going to want to get on the phone and call them right now and tell them to go to their safe place, which would be the center room on the lowest floor in their home. Now, this is a tornado emergency. It is confirmed and on the ground near Maplesville, Alabama, moving off to the east. This is a very serious and dangerous situation for Chilton County, Alabama. Now, if you're over here in Coosa County, Kelly's Crossroads, you're going to be in line for this storm. Eventually, it's going to cross 231 just to the south of Hyssop in Coosa County. So if you know someone who lives in southern Coosa County, now would be a good time to go ahead and call them and tell them, make sure they know what's going on. Make sure that they are aware that we have a confirmed tornado on the ground now directly over Maplesville, Alabama, moving off to the east at around 60 miles per hour. And I'm just hesitating because I'm looking at information coming from the okay, now they're telling us tornado that we have a tornado debris signature on the Maplesville storm. So now not only do we know that we have a tornado, we have debris showing up on radar. So that is confirmed that we have a tornado on the ground causing damage as we speak. And let's see if we can see some of that. Yes, that's debris. You see debris being lifted into the atmosphere there just a little bit south of Maplesville and north of Maplesville. So this is a pretty good indication of a strong tornado, too, also on the ground, because we now have a TDS. That's why we have a TDS signature. There it is right there again. That's a new volume scan. Now just to the southeast of Maplesville. Moving on off to it's going to be running just barely to the south of Highway 22. So if you know anybody that lives along Highway 22 or south of Highway 22 in Chilton County, Alabama, you're going to want to call them and tell them to go to their safe place immediately, especially over here around I-65 and Highway 31. That's where this thing is going to end up as it continues moving on off to the east. And there's the gate-to-gate shear on it. That looks good. Let's go back to the velocity. Yeah, wow. That's a monster right there, folks. This is large. It is on the ground. It has a debris signature. It is causing problems now just to the south and east of Maplesville, Alabama. Again, this is over in Chilton County. This is almost the same area where the Randolph County tornado started back on March 25th. Now we have a totally different setup tonight. And the way this particular storm is moving, this will not end up in Randolph County. This is taking more of a southern track. Downstream, I'm going to be concerned about southern Coosa and Tallapoosa County. This will stay south of the areas that were affected by the tornado on March the 25th. But that's a very good signature. You see it right there. It's very clear. You see the reds and the greens touching one another. We have bright reds on either side and bright greens on the other side. That is a strong indication of a tornado right there. We have, though the velocity is not quite as high as I expected it to be, there's 44 mile per hour going into the storm and about 50 miles per hour coming out of the storm. So this thing is rotating in this direction as it continues to move off to the east. And let's go back to just looking at a couple of other products here that's a little bit noisy. Yeah, that's it right there. right there. Right where Highway 191 and 22 interchange, maybe just a shade bit south, maybe like an eighth of a mile south of Highway 22. Moving off to the east. This storm is taking a little bit more of an eastern track. A lot of you are asking questions about, because you know this is forming in the same area that the March 25th tornado formed in. So a lot of you are asking the question if this is headed toward Randolph County, and the answer is no, not this particular storm. This one is moving more to the east. The March 25th tornado moved to the northeast. This storm's moving more to the east, so this is going to be more of a concern for southern Coosa and Tallapoosa County if it holds together. Just bear with me a minute. We're going to run this out ourselves because I don't like that timing that they have got from the Weather Service there. That right there's 60, go to 60 right there. All right, here's the timing on this. Clanton in the next couple of minutes. This storm will be right on top of you. Kelly's Crossroads over in Coosa County, 613. Rockford, 620. Hanover, 623. Hyssop, 624. Kellyton, 632. Goodwater, 633. Alexander City, 636. Hackneyville, 639. And Jackson's Gap, around 644 if this storm holds together. Now, understand, folks, when you see us draw these storm tracks on the radar, you notice that it starts real narrow and it gets wide the further away you go. That is to account for margin of error. So if we call out your town and you're way out there toward the end of that cone, it's not a given that you're going to get this storm on top of your house. That's just accounting for margin of error because these storms can wobble, and sometimes they can turn left, they can turn right, and this being as strong a storm as it appears to be, it may take more of a right-hand turn than what is being depicted right here. So if you live anywhere beyond Rockford, Alabama, you just need to be on notice. You don't need to be doing anything right now. You just need to be on notice and understand that you could have to go to your safe place very quickly. If you are in extreme eastern Chilton County, south of Clanton, and if you are in extreme southwestern Coosa County, you should be in your safe place right now because this thing's coming right at you. Beyond that, we're going to have to watch this together, and I'll paint the picture for you as it moves off to the east. But if you're Rockford or Alexander City or any point in between those two locations, go ahead and know exactly where your safe place is going to be, which should be on the lowest floor, center room of that lowest floor. Make sure that you carry a blanket, mattress, pillows, bicycle helmets, football helmet, anything you can carry into this room, you and your family, that will protect you from falling debris. That's what you need to be prepared to carry into your safe place with you. We have a severe thunderstorm warning now being issued with a possible tornado for Autauga, Chilton, Lowndes until 6:45. Let's see if this is a different storm. You notice how the polygon moved right there. We'll come back to that in just a few moments. All right, that's going to be this severe thunderstorm down here for Autauga County. That's going to be for this entire line. And if I had to guess, the primary area of concern is right down here where this little hook is. right here. That's where your possible tornado could be in Autauga County. Now, this is going to be southwest of Billingsley. So this one is probably going to stay a little bit north of Autaugaville, should stay north of Prattville. Most likely would cross over I-65 up there around the Highway 31, I-65 interchange there just north of Prattville. That's where the most dangerous part of this line of thunderstorms will cross over I-65. Again, this is not a tornado warning for Autauga County. This is a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado. I'm going to track on that. We're talking Deatsville at 626, Alexander City 631. Now, Alexander City, understand, this is all part of that same line that has that possible tornado up there around Clanton that's coming in your general direction. Wetumpka, 636, Millbrook around 636. The line will affect Prattville around 637, Eclectic at 637, Dadeville by 645, Montgomery 646, and Tallahassee by about 649. All right, let's zoom back out now and so I'm going to leave the radar up. I'm going to step out for just a minute. I'm going to leave the radar up. We're going to come right back and track this thunderstorm producing a tornado. This is a confirmed tornado down here in Chilton County. About to cross over I-65. But I'm going to step aside just for a few moments. I've got a couple of housekeeping things I've got to do right here, try to clean something up right quick. So I'll be right back with you. Stay with us. Live continuing coverage continues on Dr. Don's weather page from the Southern Union State Community College Live Severe Weather Center. Okay, Dr. Don back in here with you. It's 5:44 Central on your Tuesday evening, May 4th, 2021. We are watching severe weather across central Alabama. The National Weather Service office at Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for Chilton County in central Alabama. This is for a confirmed tornado in southern Chilton County about to cross over I-65. The National Weather Service has now issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Coosa County. At 5:54 p.m., severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from near Lay Lake to near Pools Crossroads, moving east at 55 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It is radar indicated, and impact will be damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in the line of this, or the path of this storm, include Goodwater, Rockford, Kellyton, Weguffka, Equality, Stewartville, Hanover, Bradford, and Hatchet. So that is a severe thunderstorm warning for Coosa County. And this is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm. So what's happening here is I believe they're warning, though, for this line of storms back over here that has yet to make it into Coosa County. Let's go back to the reflectivity. Correction, the velocity, Yeah, I don't see anything in Coosa County right now that would be indicative of a possible tornado. The problem is down here in Chilton County, and this is what's going to rotate up into Coosa County, and that's what the warning is for. They may upgrade this severe thunderstorm warning to a tornado warning here in just a few moments. Your possible tornado again is down here in Chilton County. It is poised to come right across the enterprise community of Chilton County. If you know where the Stuckey's is located on I-65, if you're familiar at all with this area, you'll know where I'm talking about. That's about where this is going to cross. My family, the strength side of my family, has an old home place here. We call it Gumhead, Alabama. It's self-named. I've got it marked on the radar here just for a reference point. Most of my side of the family originally came from the enterprise community of Chilton County, and that's where this tornado is right now. It's directly over the enterprise community, just north of Gumhead, and it's about to cross over I-65 and will run very close to Verbena. It's going to cross over I-65 just south of the I-65-31 interchange. The Alabama Emergency Management Agency's state headquarters is located right here at 31 and I-65, and this tornado is going to be, rock throwing distance from the EMA headquarters as it crosses over I-65. Understand these volume scans are a couple of minutes behind, so this storm is most likely crossing over I-65 right now, and will cross over Highway 31, and then going to stay a little bit south of Highway 22 as it gets over here into Coosa County or extreme northern Elmore County. Pick out a few roads here. If you're in Coosa County, County Road 1, County Road 19, Ward Hughes Road, County Road 29, County Road 6, County Road 27, County Road 37. If you're in this area here in southern, extreme southwestern Coosa County, you need to be taking cover. I notice a lot of questions up there on the board. What about this? What about that? Folks, if I'm not talking about your location, you have nothing to worry about right now. This is a tornado emergency that's moving into our coverage area, and it is by far the most severe weather event we have ongoing at the moment. As soon as this calms down, and hopefully that will be any moment, then we'll go back and start looking at other areas of East Alabama. But right now, this is a life-saving emergency that's taking place down here in Chilton and Coosa County, so we're going to stay on this tornado. And I got to tell you, just that last volume scan doesn't look quite as impressive. And I think we've lost the tornado warning, too. Hang on. Okay, National Weather Service has allowed the Chilton tornado to expire, but they're going to continue to follow that feature. Now, understand, you'll remember on the evening of March the 25th, same thing happened. We had strong tornado signature all the way into Coosa County to around Rockford, and then it went away, and then it reformed again. So this could do the same. So you folks in southwestern Coosa, southwestern Coosa, and northwestern Elmore, do not let your guard down just because they've let the tornado warning expire. You're now under a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado. So they just replaced the warnings and made the warning look a little bit different, but the danger's still there, even though the radar indication is not nearly as strong as it was about 10 minutes ago. That'd be your tornado right there. All right, so let's go back to the velocity of reflectivity. And I'm going to zoom out, and now we're going to talk about the rest of the area because we have lost our tornado warning. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings now in effect for Coosa and Elmore counties and Chilton County of central Alabama. It is absolutely pouring in Tallapoosa County from Kalijah all the way up to just east of Alexander City, up to New Site, then up into southwestern Clay County, western Randolph County, up to around Lineville, over to Wedowee, up to Swag, Delta, Pine Tucky. All of those areas I just mentioned getting clobbered with rain right now, but there is nothing severe out there for the moment. We will continue to watch this area for any development, and we are watching these storms over here to the west continue to move off to the east. And so we could go under a severe thunderstorm warning at any time with any of these locations. All right, so let me go over here to show you this while I reset. All right, we're having some software issues. Let's see if we can get it back up. Okay, it's coming back. But you see the graphic from the Storm Prediction Center. We have an enhanced risk of severe weather across most of East Alabama through about midnight tonight, and then a moderate risk down there in southwest Alabama that will continue on until about 10 o'clock this evening. So let's go back to the radar. And you're looking at our warnings that we have in place right now. Severe thunderstorm warning for Chilton County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning down here for Coosa County and also for Elmore County. And they're warning for that line of storms that's moving through the Chilton County area. Now, over here in East Alabama, we got some serious lightning taking place from Dadeville up to around Budston, just south of New Site, Daviston. Very, very heavy rainfall, maybe some small hail, too, down there around Dadeville. Horrible ride on Highway 280 through the Dadeville area, Jackson Gap. And that lightning stretches all the way up here and up into extreme northeast Tallapoosa County, just south of Wadley. Very heavy rainfall up here in Wadley. We have some sporadic lightning strikes up here in Randolph County as well, to the west of Roanoke, near Roxton, just south of Wedowee. Very heavy rainfall across northern, central, and southwestern Randolph County, with heavy rain beginning to develop now just south of Roxton, between Roanoke and Roxton. Chambers County, pretty quiet right this moment, except for the extreme northwest section of the county up there around Abanda and Milltown. You got some heavy rain north of Pennon, and then a couple of small areas there just north of Lafayette. Clay County, you've got some heavy rain over here on your west side, stretching back into Talladega County. Just torrents of rain over there in Childersburg, Sylacauga, Alabaster, between Alabaster and Childersburg, some serious lightning taking place right there. And one of the things the National Weather Service is asking all of the media to do tonight is to scream and preach flash flooding. Because not only do we have the threat of damaging winds, possible tornadoes, and large hail, there is a very real danger of flash flooding with all of these storms tonight. We're just getting rain rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour falling over the same areas that have received rain all day long. So we're talking about, rain totals of 3 to 4 inches will not surprise me at all by the time all of this is over with. Noticing a post up there from Yvonne Dobbs talking about that tornado warning. And Yvonne, that is correct, but the National Weather Service has allowed that tornado warning to expire. The tornado signature on that storm is not nearly as strong as it was just a few moments ago. So the tornado warning that was in effect for Chilton County for a storm near Maplesville, that tornado warning has been allowed to expire. What they've done is they have issued a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado for Coosa County. Clay County is not under any type of warning at this moment. As a matter of fact, the portion of that storm that was producing the possible tornado is not coming toward Clay County or Talladega County. The line itself is, but the area of the line that had the possible tornado or had the tornado in it is not moving in that direction. It's moving due east. Yeah, very, very heavy. I'm just looking at, hang on a second, we got a new warning here. All right, this is a continuation, I think, for Coosa County. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. for Coosa County. At 6:08 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Strickland Crossroads to near Marbury, moving to the east at around 65 miles per hour. The threat from this storm is 70 mile per hour winds. It is radar indicated. So that was just a continuation of the earlier severe thunderstorm warning that was issued by the Weather Service for Coosa County. Seeing lots and lots and lots of reports of flooded homes in the Birmingham area, in the Vestavia Hills area, and all this stuff just recently moved through there. So that's what I'm saying, folks. This is a relatively slow-moving line of storms. The individual cells are racing off to the east at 65, but the line itself is moving relatively slow. And the individual cells, the heavy rain is kind of moving off to the northeast while the line is moving east, so we're getting the train effect over the same areas. So you folks that have red over you right now, this is not going away anytime soon. So you're going to have this rain in place for quite some time, and it's going to cause problems. National Weather Service is saying that line that's moving into Coosa County is really looking strong now. They've just upgraded Coosa County warning to 70 mile per hour winds. That was contained within that continuation of the warning I just read to you. So 70 mile per hour winds are now possible in Coosa County. Multiple power flashes, Highway 31 in Valleydale due to high winds. That's over in the Birmingham area. I'm just reading over some stuff coming from the Weather Service to make sure I hadn't missed anything. Let's go back down here to the Coosa County storm, because that's a bad boy right there. From Blue Springs all the way down to Kelly Crossroads. This is in the extreme western Coosa County. Now, I'm going to zoom back out just a little bit, and I'm going to hit the marker on it to give you some timing here. We're talking Stewartville is 6:17, Rockford by 6:25, Hyssop by 6:27, Goodwater 6:27, Alexander City 6:35, New Site 6:43, Jackson's Gap 6:43, Dadeville 6:47, Lafayette 7:04, and Roanoke 7:04. If this line of storms holds together. Now, understand this afternoon, before the rain set in, we had a lot of sunshine in this area, and temperatures got up into the 80s. And then we had thank goodness, we had some rain here this afternoon, or this atmosphere would be even more ripe than it is now. But what happened after we had the rain, we had a warm front down here around I-85 that kind of drifted to the north, and it has destabilized this air again. And so we have these mammoth thunderstorms firing up down here. And I just want you to look at all of the vortex signatures we're getting down here on this line, down here to the west of Prattville and Montgomery. But the Weather Service not going with tornado warnings down here. They're going with severe thunderstorm warnings. But that's quite remarkable to see that many markers pop up that close together. But nonetheless, we're watching that too. Our main concern is up here in East Alabama, and we're watching a lot of heavy rain across Randolph County. Highway 431 from Roanoke all the way up to the Cleburne County line is pretty much a washout right now. Very heavy rainfall over here in southwest Randolph County where they don't need it. So many people are still trying to recover from the tornadoes back in March, and now they're getting hit with torrential rainfall right here in the same areas that were hit so hard by the tornado. Lightning popping around there as well. From Southern Union up to Malone, Corinth, Friendship, up to Roxton, back over to Dickard, Clacksville, Abanda, down to Milltown, and all points in between. Very, very heavy rainfall now falling across southwest Randolph County down into northwest Chambers County. Extremely heavy lightning from Wadley all the way down to Budston, and then down to just north of 280 near Dadeville. And Alexander City, you're looking okay right now. You have a light shower off to your east, but look what's coming at you. This is a bad line of thunderstorms, and it's moving directly at Alexander City. For the moment, we do not have a tornado warning. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Coosa County with a possible tornado. But they are warning us that we could have 70-mile-per-hour wind, straight line winds in this line of storms. Let's go take a look at oh wow, yes we could. All right, we've got there is 61.7 mile per hour right there. Now, that's the inflow notch coming back into the storm. It doesn't matter which way it's blowing at 61 miles per hour. Is that on the ground? Well, there's no way of knowing exactly, but if you go back to the reflectivity, you see how heavy the rain is right here, and there may be some hail mixed in with it too. So that 61 mile per hour wind, which may be up in the atmosphere, is getting pushed to the ground because the precipitation is so heavy right here. It pushes that wind to the ground. So I would not at all be surprised to see some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds taking place right here around Kelly's Crossroads, all the way back up to Weguffka. Let's go back to the velocity. And there's a 61 right there. There's a 62.8. That's outgoing. Severe thunderstorm warning has expired for Chilton County, so Chilton County, you're no longer under the warning. I'm just probing this to see what kind of winds we're looking at here. Yeah, it's pretty significant, so I wouldn't at all be surprised to see some 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts out of this storm. So back to reflectivity. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on there. And I'm going to go up here and see if anybody has any questions in our chat room. Yeah, Roanoke is kind of calm right now. But you got rain just off to your west, Roanoke, coming right at you. So rain's going to pick back up pretty quick in the city of Roanoke. Heavy rain in Wedowee. Budston, there's very heavy rain and lightning in the Budston area. Let me go back over there. There's Budston right there, and you can see all these little zigzags. That's lightning strikes. And folks, here's the deal. That's just in the last 2 minutes. Counting 130 lightning strikes in the frame that you're looking at just in the last 2 minutes. So that's pretty high strike rate right there. So very heavy lightning continuing from Milltown down to Budston, down to Camp Hill. That's all moving off to the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. Mickey says it's pouring at Roxton. No doubt. Wash out at Newell. Thank you, Adam. Lots of thunder and lightning in Hackneyville. Rain heavy in the Pines. Okay, if you have weather reports, folks, make sure that you tell me where you're watching from. Put the name of your community and then what the weather conditions are, so I'll know exactly where you're located when you post that stuff. Sharon Smith says thundering and lightning in Roanoke. That's coming at you, Roanoke, from the Wadley direction. That line of storms now about to clear Wadley. Though it's still raining pretty heavy right there on top of Wadley. Maybe a little hail being detected there as well. But this entire line is slowly moving off to the east-northeast. Yeah, absolutely. Wedowee will get that second wave of storms. Look back over here toward Childersburg, Millerville, all that's coming to the east. So Wedowee, you got heavy rain on top of you right now, but you got another line coming. You have another wave coming. This is where the flooding could happen. This next wave that's going to be coming in behind the one you're under right now. So yes, absolutely. All this stuff you see back over here by Birmingham is coming directly at Clay and Randolph County. Timing, you got storms over Randolph County right now, and then you got that second or third wave that's coming into Clay County at the moment. So, you may have about a 30 or 40 minute lull, and then the rain returns once again. Potash is going to be stormy. There's Gillum Road, thundering in Douglasville. Douglasville doesn't need any more severe weather either. Dana's got a question about that storm that's moving toward Daviston. Was that the same section of the storm that spawned the tornado over in Chilton County? Let me go back. I'm not even sure we can find that section of the storm anymore. Let's see. It would be this right here, this area just north of Titus and south of Kelly Crossroads. This is where that earlier cell that was producing the tornado over in Chilton County. And so that's going to stay way down here in southern Coosa County and southern Alexander, Tallapoosa County. The Daviston storm. Daviston, you got one storm to the east of you that's moving away from you, and then you have this stuff over here around Stewartville and Hanover that's coming in your direction. I know it says possible tornado. Understand that anytime a line of thunderstorms is expected to produce 70 plus miles per hour, that's the wording that they use on the severe thunderstorm warning, because it could drop a quick, brief tornado. That doesn't mean that we have one over here, just because that wording is on the screen. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for this line of storms. It is moving to the east. It will move over Alexander City. It will eventually move over New Site, Daviston, Budston. It's moving east. So folks, every community between this line of storms and the Georgia state line is going to feel the effects of this storm. It's moving east, so it's going to cover the entire area as we go throughout the evening. All right, so Mary says it's gotten a lot better in Budston. You still got a lot of rumbles of thunder going on outside, but yeah, it looks like the rain has subsided because it's moved off just to your east. But I just bet you, Miss Mary, if you look out your window back toward Georgia, you got a light show going on out there. I actually still have several lightning strikes popping up right there around Budston. Lots of lightning down there tonight. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning down here in central Alabama for Montgomery County as well now. So let me just zoom out. Let me give you look at that, would you? Every single county from Tallapoosa County all the way down to just north of Biloxi are currently under severe thunderstorm warnings for this line of severe thunderstorms pushing into central Alabama and southwest Alabama. That's pretty amazing stuff right there. You don't see that very often. So I-65 is a no-go. You don't need to be driving out in this stuff, folks. Stay home. I know that folks have to go to and from work. I get it. But don't. Now's not the time to go to the grocery store. Now's not the time to go down to the convenience store. Now's not the time to just be out riding around. This is dangerous business. And flash flooding is a real problem, especially on Highway 431 between Wedowee and Roanoke. 431 between Roanoke and Lafayette will be in trouble here in just a few moments. Highway 280 from Camp Hill all the way back up through Alexander City, Sylacauga, all the way up to Birmingham really is a complete washout right now. You do not want to be driving on these roads. Best idea is just stay home and let this stuff die down, and it eventually will. All right, brand new tornado warning coming in now. This is going to be down in central Alabama. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for southern Elmore County and east central Alabama, north central Montgomery County and south central Alabama until 7 p.m. At 6:24, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Casita or near Millbrook. Movement is to the east at around 55 miles per hour. So that I have kinfolk down there too. This is amazing. Actually, my dad lives in Prattville, so this is just a little bit east of him. But there's Millbrook. And so your tornado, let's go to reflectivity. I'm sorry, velocity, yeah. I'll be honest with you, that looks a little noisy, but that right there is where they say the possible tornado is down there. So that's going to be Tallahassee at 654, Notasulga 708, Lochapoka around 713. Looking at Auburn by 721. If this holds together. Now, one good characteristic of these storms that we are seeing tonight is that these are not long-lived, long-track tornado warnings. So far, they've been pretty quick spin-up tornado warnings that run the course for 15 or 20 minutes, and then they're allowed to expire. But if this one does hold together, Tallahassee, you're going to be next in line for this. I believe it will stay south of Wetumpka. It'll cross 231 between the Montgomery-Elmore County line and Wetumpka, but I think it stays south of Wetumpka, maybe just barely. Wetumpka's no stranger to this either. They got hit by a pretty bad tornado a couple of years ago over there. But this is going to move on up in this general direction. Tallahassee, you're pretty much right straight in line with this if this storm holds together. So we're going to keep an eye on this down here. Once it gets up closer to Tallapoosa County, we'll go wall to wall with this storm down here. While I've got the velocity product on it, let me go back up the line. All right, we got probably some pretty good wind right there just north of Hyssop, just southwest of Kellyton. The line is bowing pretty good right there around Equality. So you folks over here around our town, Lake Martin, Wind Creek, Kalijah, you know where I'm talking about there on Highway 63. You've got a really heavy wind gust coming at you from the west. Let's interact with that and see what we got. Yeah, we're still seeing some 61, 62 mile per hour winds. That's the inflow going back into the storm. And then we have 61 mile per hour outgoing wind. So that's pretty significant right there. I would say that we have wind damage occurring anywhere from about Fish Pond all the way back down to around Central. See how it bows out right there. That's concerning. So for everybody from about Kalijah all the way back up to Alexander City, some pretty strong winds coming your way. Let's go back up and see. Not seeing much wind with this stuff over here in Randolph and Chambers. A lot of lightning and a lot of rain. Maybe even some pea-sized hail involved in some of this from time to time, but nothing severe in Clay, Randolph, or Chambers at all. And for the moment, nothing severe in Tallapoosa County. Here's your problem. Just coming through Hyssop and headed toward Alexander City. Kellyton, you should start seeing this here in just a few moments. These areas where you see the flashing red, even the pinks and the blues, folks, that is torrential rainfall. And I'm telling you, Highway 431 from Roanoke all the way down to just north of Lafayette is not a good ride right now. And in a few minutes, once this line slides a little bit further east, the whole roadway is going to be covered up with water. I mean, we're talking copious amounts of water. You do not want to be driving on this. But again, the area of concern right this moment is going to be down here in extreme southeastern Coosa County and central and southern Tallapoosa County as this line of storms moves into your area. This is the same line of storms that produced a possible tornado, or did produce a tornado, back over in Chilton County about 45 minutes ago. Have not seen any damage reports just yet. It was in an area that was not very it's not very populated. We have this is a continuation of the tornado warning for Montgomery and Elmore County. It's a tornado warning in effect until 7 o'clock. At 6:31, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Blue Ridge or near Wetumpka, moving east at around 55 miles per hour. Autauga County has been released from the severe thunderstorm warning. So let's go back down here and look at this one again. So this is Wetumpka, and the area that we're talking about here is Blue Ridge, which is just a little bit south of Wetumpka. So that tornado, possible tornado, is in this particular area, just south of Wetumpka. Right there. Yeah, it's showing up a little bit better on the radar now. So this area right here. So let's run some times on this. Let me push this over so you can see. All right, we're talking about Tallahassee at 6:53, Notasulga by 7:07, Lochapoka 7:13, Auburn 7:20, maybe down there around Beauregard by about 7:26, Opelika 7:27. Now understand, folks, and I explained this a few moments ago, but understand that the further you go away from the center of the storm, that polygon just kind of stretches out. It gets wider the further away you go from it. And that's to take into account margin of error. So everybody that I just mentioned probably will not be affected by this tornado. But if you're in the area where it's occurring right now, just to the east of 231, just south of Wetumpka, back over to about Tallahassee. If you're out there in the rural parts of Elmore County, you need to be in your safe place right now. If you're in Tallahassee, be ready to go. Identify where your safe place is. It should be on the lowest floor, center room on your lowest floor, and be prepared to go to your safe place. But Tallahassee, you don't have to go into your safe place just yet. You've still got a few minutes before this thing gets to you, and who knows? It may not stay together. Hopefully, it won't. All right, we're keeping an eye on that storm down there in Elmore County that's headed toward Tallahassee, but let's go back up here. You folks on the north end of our coverage area, we hadn't been able to spend a whole lot of time with you because of the tornado warnings down on the south side. If you were watching me this afternoon, this is exactly what I told you I thought would happen. We had so much rain across East Alabama this afternoon, the atmosphere is more conducive for flooding issues than severe across the northern sections of our coverage area, and that would be Cleburne, Calhoun, Talladega, Clay, and Randolph. And then from that line south is where the better chance for severe weather will be. because we had sunshine down there this afternoon. We had a warm front that pushed up into East Alabama this afternoon, so the air is more conducive for severe weather in places like Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, and down into Lee County and Elmore and Montgomery, and that's exactly what's happening. We're seeing the severe weather stay down there. Now, that's not to say that we can't have a severe storm pop up in Clay or Randolph. We certainly could, but I got to tell you, it looks like those two counties and even up into Cleveland, Calhoun, and Talladega, you're primarily going to be dealing with flooding rains this evening. I mean, look back over there toward Birmingham. The rain goes almost all the way back to the Mississippi state line. So we're talking of hours of heavy rain, occasionally moderate, maybe going to light, and then it'll come back to moderate and then back to heavy. This is going to continue for a good portion of the night. So you can understand that we're talking about some locations picking up 3 to 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain before this is done, and that is going to cause some flooding problems. Just noticing some reports up there on the chat board about the rain is horrible in Cleveland County right now. And it is. Same way over here in Roanoke, back over to the eastern side of Randolph County. County Road 87 in Randolph County is a complete washout. When I say that, folks, I mean that it's raining so hard you can't see your hand in front of your face. I don't mean that the road has washed out. It's just not a good idea to drive on County Road 87 right now, or anywhere to the north and east of Roanoke. Down here around Rock Mills, Bacon Level, that rain is about to move in. It's raining really hard now over there in Franklin. A lot of lightning up there to the northwest of Franklin, to the southwest of Central Hatchie. 5 points now, 431 from Roanoke all the way to Lafayette. Just a complete no-go. I mean, we're talking blinding rainfall. I'm sure ponding water, and it's just dangerous to be out there on the roads. A very intense lightning from just north of Lafayette, stretching all the way back up to around Welch, and 5 points. Maybe even some hail down here as well. Around Chambers Academy, just some incredible rainfall rates right there. Highway 50 now from Lafayette all the way back over to Lynette is not going to be a good ride as this storm moves off to the east. Heavy rain continues all the way down 431 to Oak Bowery, back over to Waverly. Highway 280 looking a little bit better from Opelika to Dadeville, but look what's up here around Alexander City. All of this stuff is moving off to the east, so 280 is a no-go as well. Embedded pockets of pea-sized hail and just unbelievable rainfall rates in different sections of this line of thunderstorms, and we probably have some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds in this section of the storm that's bowing out right here, about to move into Dadeville. So you folks in Dadeville, if you are in, I would go to a safe place if I was in Dadeville, just to be on the safe side, because let's go back and see what we're getting on the, see, we've got some about 53 miles per hour, maybe is the highest I'm seeing now. But still, well, there's some 56. That's down there just northeast of Collegia. But anywhere from Alexander City down to about Bama Park, we've got some pretty heavy wind. That's a strong wind gust that's moving off to the east. It'll be moving right over 280 from Alexander City back down to around Dadeville. Eventually down here around Camp Hill and Waverly also we'll get some of this strong wind. And look at all that lightning up there, would you? From Millerville back down to Goodwater. 155 strikes in the last 2 minutes. That's pretty amazing. Most of it's right here. Brownsville, Goodwater, Millerville, Gage, down to around Kellyton. A lot of lightning right there. That's very dangerous. All right, I have one amateur report of 50 mile per hour wind 6 miles south of Wetumpka. That's on this Montgomery storm down here. Looks like they have dropped the tornado warning. Let's see. Yes, National Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning for Montgomery and Elmore County. They have issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Bullock, Macon, and Pike. Danley Airport in Montgomery reports about a 55-mile-per-hour wind gust as that storm moved through. And then we have an amateur report of a 50-mile-per-hour wind gust as that storm moved through Wetumpka. So, and I would not at all be surprised to see the same thing going up here in southwest Tallapoosa County. Again, you folks in Dadeville, you need to take cover just to be on the safe side. That's going to be some pretty strong wind when it moves through. Northern Clay County right now, just a lot of rain up there around Delta, back down to Lineville, to Ashland, back down to Millerville. A lot of lightning from Millerville south, maybe a few strikes up there north of Millerville, back up toward Talladega, and back over towards Sylacauga. But up there on the north end of Clay County, you're in that rain-cooled, soaked air, and so we're not seeing any severe development up there at the moment. All of the severe weather staying down here in Coosa, Tallapoosa, and Chambers. We now have a severe thunderstorm warning for Chambers and Lee. So this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Chambers County until 8 p.m. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Lee County. Severe thunderstorm warning for Lee County in east central Alabama and for Chambers County of east central Alabama until 8 p.m. At 6:40, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from 6 miles west of Goldville to Stillwater Resort to near Tysonville, moving to the east at around 60 miles per hour. So that's this area that we're talking about. We're talking really this entire line from the Clay County, Tallapoosa County line all the way down here to Tallahassee and on down into Elmore and Montgomery County. They're warning for this entire line. So now they have put Chambers and Lee under a severe thunderstorm warning. They're telling us that that portion of the line from basically north of Alexander City all the way back up to Cheahaw Mountain is not severe. It is certainly heavy. Copious amounts of rainfall taking place up here in Clay County. Lots of thunder and lightning, and I'm sure it's windy up here as well. But this portion of the line is below severe limits at this time. Then when you get down here around Alexander City, and you can see it where it starts to bowing out there, that's where the line goes severe, just north of Alexander City, back over to around Dadeville, down to Bama Park, Tallahassee, and then it goes back down into Montgomery County, where we have several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect down there. All right, so National Weather Service is now confirming some damage in Chilton County from the tornado about an hour or so ago. They're saying multiple trees and power lines were downed. And they're calling it likely that it was a tornado. All right, so now, I was talking about all of these TVS signatures, the tornado vortex signatures. So the National Weather Service is telling us there's all kinds of spin-up possibilities all up and down this line. But they're telling us that unless they see something significant, they're not going to pull the trigger on a warning, on a tornado warning. But you folks over here from Alexander City all the way back down to Montgomery, and I'm talking about these little purple triangle things. See there, that one, you got one there, you have several of them down here by Wetumpka. Those are all TVS signatures. That's the radar saying, hey, I think we have a tornado here, but it's not significant enough to really bring out the big guns. It's just that we've got a little rotation going on in this storm. So Birmingham's telling us they're not going to pull the trigger on a tornado warning unless they see something significant, even though we have multiple TVS signatures on radar. I was concerned and confused about that a little earlier. Let's go back over here to the Chambers County storm. That's beginning to take on a not so good look, even though, let's go to the velocity. I don't see anything tornadic in this storm right this moment. There's a 50-mile-per-hour gust right there north of Highway 50, east of Lafayette. We have 48-mile-per-hour outbound and 11-mile inbound. This area of the storm is a little suspicious looking. Now that is going to be between Lafayette and Lynette out there on Highway 50. Weather Service not issuing a tornado warning at all. They're just going with severe thunderstorm warning. But let's go look at this a little bit closer. This is going to be out there on 50 just west of Hughley. Probably will move due east, so it's, let's take a look at some roads down here. Uh, 69th Avenue, Southwest, Country Club Road. This is on the west side of Chambers. I'm sorry, the west side of Lynette that we're talking about. County Road 79, Wynwood Drive. Chambers County Road 210. This area, though we don't have a tornado warning, there is some indication that we may have some rotation taking place right here. I don't see anything that tells me it's on the ground, but if you're in Lynette, especially if you're up there on the west and northwest side of Lynette, you've got a nasty thunderstorm moving in that possibly has a little rotation in it as well. Folks, again, I'm catching out of the corner of my eye a lot of whatabouts up there on the board. If I'm not talking about your particular location, that's because you have nothing to worry about. We have heavy storms moving all across East Alabama or West Georgia and West Georgia. I'm just paying right this moment very close particular attention to the areas where I see the most dangerous weather. If there's something serious going on in your area, I'm going to be talking about it, I can guarantee you. Right now, let's go back to the reflectivity, and you see the hail, or possible hail, very heavy rainfall or possibly hail there, stretching from just west of Lynette all the way back up to Holiday Park, over there on West Point Lake. That's moving off to the east. So we've got heavy rain now from 5 Points to Holiday Park up to Standing Rock, back over to Ware's Crossroads. Just beginning to sprinkle a little bit in LaGrange. Lynette, it hadn't quite got to you just yet, but the rain's all knocking on your door. Casita, the rain's moving into your area as well. Raining in Oak Bowery, some rain continuing in Lafayette, but things are getting a little bit better up here on 77 back up toward Wadley. Pinnon, you're looking good right now. Milltown, Banda, Wadley, Dickert, Roanoke, the heavy rain is moving off to your east. Oh, but wait, it's not over. Look at this stuff back over here. Again, from about Mount Cheaha all the way through central Clay County, tremendous lightning, torrential rainfall. I mean, it is raining dogs and cats in Ashland and Lineville right now. I know that, but that is not severe. The severe stuff starts right there, just north of Alexander City, and then comes down to just east of Alexander City, down to around Jackson Gap, leading edge of it now moving into Dadeville, down to Reeltown, and then down to around Shorter on I-85. Let me go back up here to the comment board. I would really like to hear from folks in Alexander City and Dadeville. Some ground truth reporting of what the weather's like in Alexander City and Dadeville, because the line just came through Alex City. It's moving into Dadeville now. Okay, Michaela, you need to tell me where you are. I have no way of just looking at the chat board. I don't know where you are. So, are you in Alexander City or Dadeville? Heavy rain falling now in 5 points. Chambers County is talking about getting hit very hard at this time. Must be over there in the eastern side of Chambers County. Got thunder reported in LaGrange. Hail in 5 points. Peggy, just about, 8 minutes ago, Peggy's story said that she was driving through Dadeville and it looked really scary. Again, folks, when you post weather conditions, be sure you give the name of the location where you're at, so I know where you're talking about. Heavy rain, thunder, and lightning in Alexander City. Okay, heavy lightning and wind picking up now in Daviston. Raining now in Mountain Community. Wind and rain right now. Very good looking wall cloud just came over Lynette. Okay, that most likely was a shelf cloud. Wall clouds are associated with tornadoes, and a shelf cloud can be too, but typically when these line of thunderstorms come through, that's a shelf cloud, and then when a tornado starts to drop, you have the wall cloud around the rotating funnel. Heavy rain and thunder now in Rock Mills. Bottom just fell out in LaGrange. Yes, it did. Let me go down there and take a look at LaGrange. Again, these radar, runs a minute or two behind. So the last volume scan showed the rain out there around Lee's Crossroads, but it's probably over downtown LaGrange by now. So yeah, very heavy rainfall. Highway 109 all the way back to Chambers County. Again, a no-go. You don't need to be on the road in the middle of all this. Flash flooding is going to certainly be a possibility. Lots of thunder and lightning out there around Holiday Park, Amity Park, down there around Gabbettsville, down to Lynette. Highway 50, though it's looking a little bit better, we've still got some heavy rain down there between Lynette and Lafayette, and quite possibly some hail just north of Lynette, right there along the Alabama-Georgia state line. Raining now and lightning in the Springfield community in Randolph County. Getting saucy in Fralona. I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I actually came through there Saturday as well. Roosterville and Fralona. We're all up in the middle of Heard County Saturday, going down to Roanoke for the Randolph County Tornado Relief Benefit. We came a different way from the way we normally do. We came down through Carrollton, Roopville, and all down in Heard County. And I saw some places I guess I lived in Randolph County 22 years. I didn't know they were there. Pretty cool drive. Okay, Matt's asking me if I'll give a quick rundown on what all the different symbols and stuff means, and I think that's a very good idea. And you guys, look, if I'm not telling you what you want to hear, you tell me, because I just get I get complacent sometimes, and I forget that a lot of folks don't know exactly how to read all this stuff, and nor should you. That's why I'm here. If you knew how to read it, you wouldn't need me. So, all right, so the little zigzag-looking icons, that's lightning strikes. The yellow strikes are the most recent, and the white strikes are the oldest. Now, understand, all of these lightning strikes are less than 2 minutes old, because that's what I've got it set on. So every one of these strikes are within the last 2 minutes. The yellow boxes, that would be severe thunderstorm warnings. And right now we have Troop, just went under a severe thunderstorm warning. Chambers County and Tallapoosa County of east central Alabama, as well as Lee, are all under severe thunderstorm warnings. If I can find one in here, there's so much going on the screen, it's kind of hard to see. All right, so that green triangle right there is a hail marker. That's telling me that there's an 80% chance of hail around Bama Park, and that's lagging behind. Most likely the hail shaft is way over here now. These markers sometimes can get left behind the storm, because I don't see any reflectivity that suggests hail over here at Bama Park right now. The hail's back over here. But when the storm came through the Bama Park area, it was saying 80% chance of hail, 60% chance that the hail could be severe, 1 inch in size or larger. Let's see if I can find a meso. That's a good sign. Well, here's one. Here's a mesoscale detection. Meso detection. This is a low-level rotation, and this is down there along I-85 between Montgomery and Shorter. So that's what that rotating circle with arrows, that's what that's for. That's telling you that there's rotation in that storm. Here's one up here in Chambers County. Now, this is very weak. Again, understand, all thunderstorms rotate, or they wouldn't be a thunderstorm, and this rotation up here to the east of 5 points is very weak. Only showing a 5, and then there's a hail marker. Again, the hail is most likely over here at Amity Park now, but 100% chance of hail and a 30% chance of it being 3/4 inch and larger. So maybe some large hail taking place now to the southeast of Amity Park, about to move into the Gabbettsville area over here in Troup County. That would be just north of Lynette. Zooming back out, we're beginning to get some of that heavy rain into Randolph County now, out there on the west side, out there on Lake Wedowee, west of Wedowee, from Chulafini all the way down to about R.L. Harris Reservoir, the dam, and then down to Malone and just to the west of Wadley, the leading edge of the next round of heavy rain moving into Randolph County. Raining really hard now from Delta down to Lineville. Ashland, you're about out of the heaviest rain, though you've got several more hours of rain to go. And then that heavy rain stretches on down into southeastern Clay County as well. New site, you're getting hammered. Dadeville, the worst of the storm is now past you off to the east, down there around Camp Hill and Waverly. Most likely we have some hail down there at Camp Hill. 90% chance of hail at Camp Hill, severe hail, 60% chance, and this could be really large hail down there at Camp Hill. We're talking 1.25 inches in diameter. So really big hail down there around Camp Hill, and that's about to move into the Waverly area. So you folks down there on 280 at Waverly, right there where Chambers, Lee, and Tallapoosa County all come together, you got just a minute or two to get those vehicles under cover if you can. Lochapoka, you got some hail coming your way as well. This hail shaft is running right out Highway 14, about to move into Lochapoka. You folks down here in Lee County, Auburn, Opelika, Not to you quite yet, but it's on the way. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning for this line of storms that's now in western Lee County, encroaching on the city of Auburn and Lochapoka very quickly. Also, Notasulga. You may have some hail down there as well, though the best hail indication is going to be just north of Notasulga. Let's look at the big picture. We're beginning to see a little bit of a lull after this line moves through, and then the rain picks back up again and stretches all the way back to the Mississippi Alabama state line. All right, getting a report from Lakeside Campground. That's up there in Wedowee. Dallas is telling us that his street at Lakeside Campground is pretty much a small stream at the moment. That's what I'm talking about, folks. We've already had so much rain today. It's not going to take much from these storms to start causing flash flooding. And this is why you don't need to be out there on the roadways riding around tonight. It's just not a smart thing to do. All right, so the National Weather Service is canceling the tornado watch for Autauga, Chilton, Coosa, Dallas, Elmore, and Lowndes. So you folks in Coosa County can take a deep breath. You've survived another severe threat. Cannot rule out another strong thunderstorm or two later tonight and possibly again tomorrow. But the severe threat has pretty much ended for Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chilton, western half of Tallapoosa County. I think I misspoke. I said all of Talladega County, western Clay, Coosa, and western Tallapoosa. You're pretty much out of the threat of severe weather now. Severe weather threat continues for central Clay, all of Randolph, central and eastern Tallapoosa, all of Chambers, and Lee County. Then in West Georgia, Carroll County, Heard, Troup, and Harris. And just as soon as this heavy line of showers and thunderstorms moves through, then that threat of severe weather will subside. It's going to rain for quite some time yet to go, though. I mean, we were just after 7:03 p.m. Central Time, and we've got rain stretching all the way back to the Alabama-Mississippi state line. So at least 2 to 3 more hours of light to occasionally moderate rainfall across East Alabama and West Georgia. Good news, and there's a lot of it out there tonight because the Storm Prediction Center had Southwest Alabama and South Central Alabama in a moderate risk for severe weather this afternoon, and it didn't materialize down there, and that's a good thing because we could have seen several strong, long-lived, violent tornadoes, and that just did not develop. As a matter of fact, we've seen very few tornado warnings at all. Most of our warnings this afternoon have been severe thunderstorm warnings. We did have one tornado warning over in Chilton County near the Enterprise community, but it was a quick spin up if there was anything there at all, though we did have confirmation on that one. I'm not sure how it was confirmed, but the Weather Service did say that it was a confirmed tornado, so we know that we had one, but it didn't last very long at all. And that's so typical along these lines of thunderstorms like this. You'll get a quick spin up, and almost as long as it takes the Weather Service to get the warning out there, the tornado portion of the storm dissipates. A lot of times they get the warning out and it's over with. It just forms that quickly. And I think that's what happened in that particular case. By the time we got the warning and I went in there and looked at it, it just did not look that significant. So what we're watching now is this area of thunderstorm activity up here in Tallapoosa, right there along the Tallapoosa-Chambers County line. I mean, it's real easy to pick out where the heaviest part of this line is. It's right there where Randolph, Clay, Tallapoosa, and Chambers all come together. From that point all the way down to almost Frog Eye, down to Buxton, down to just east of Waverly, down to just west of Auburn, near Notasulga, and down to Tuskegee. That's the leading edge of this line, and it's really beginning to look real ragged now. It doesn't look nearly as well defined as it did. Matt, that the increase in lightning is an indication of, can be an indication of heavy rainfall. That's where lightning comes from anyway, as a discharge between rain droplets that collide with one another, or hail that causes electric static or electric discharge. And that's where lightning comes from. So it's not unusual to have heavy lightning around the areas where the heaviest rain is falling, or around areas where there may be hail falling. So the increased lightning output up here from Lineville back over to Wedowee, back down to Malone, that's most likely because of the heavy rainfall that's occurring right there. God's Country's asking a question: which parts of Clay and Talladega are pretty much in the clear? That would be now. Let me go back up there and look again. From Lineville west, I mean, you got one pocket of heavy rain right over Millerville, but the leading edge of the line has already moved out of Clay County. So just for a few more minutes from Lineville over to the Randolph County line, but then give it 5 minutes and the entire county is pretty much in the clear. And we're talking about Clay County. It's still going to rain, and there still may be an occasional strike of lightning, but the severe threat pretty much coming to an end in Clay. It has already come to an end in Talladega. Coosa County, you have been released from the tornado watch. And as soon as we get this line completely out of Tallapoosa County, then Tallapoosa County will be in the clear too. The threat continues for Chambers County and somewhat for Randolph, even though Randolph, you never did go under a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado watch. You are under a flood advisory, and you do have heavy rain in the county. So as I've been saying all night long, heavy rain and flooding is going to be the main issue up here in Randolph and up here in Cleburne County. And I think the same thing will hold true for Carroll and Heard. The severe threat, for now, is primarily in Chambers, Troup, and Lee County, and eventually over here in Harris County in Georgia. Those are the only counties that remain under any type of warning at this hour. Folks, if you'd like to help us out, I invite you to go over to drdonwx.com. That is our website, and I'll type this in the message board for you right quick. That's our website, and when you go to our website, on the front page in the upper right-hand corner, or not completely in the corner, but you'll see it up there, it says Donate. So if you'd like to help us out here at Dr. Don's weather page, all you have to do is go to drdonwx.com and click on that donate button, and you can donate. Now, you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use PayPal if you have it, but you don't have to have PayPal. It's a quick, safe, secure way to support us here at Dr. Don's Weather Page. We have a brand new mobile app that's going to be coming out here pretty soon, and trust me, we can use all that you can give us. So we again are looking at this line of thunderstorms that's moving through Chambers County. We're also looking at a very heavy thunderstorm over here in Troup County. This is down here, primarily the southwest side of downtown LaGrange, from Lee's Crossing back up to downtown LaGrange, and then back down 27 back out to 85. We probably have some hail occurring there, and just extremely heavy rain falling right over the city of LaGrange right now. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that warning is set to expire at 8:30. So you have got about 17 more minutes or so for this severe thunderstorm warning for Troup County. And then back over and don't let your guard down, Troop, because this is not it. That's just the first round. You have another round back over here in Chambers that's going to be coming through as well. And then back over here in Chambers County, from just south of Wadley all the way down to around Marcoot, and then down 431 just southwest of Lafayette, down there around Tiger Corner. Heavy rain all the way down to Oak Bowery, probably some hail taking place down there. And then just to the west of Roanoke Junction, which is just north of Opelika, y'all know where that's at. And that is a significant hail signature there, down to around Aubrey. Auburn most likely had some hail move through. It's now over there on the east side, down around Cloverleaf, right there along I-85. And then stretching on down to the intersection of 29 and 80 East. All right, so Mr. Joe is reporting no power in the Corinth area around County Road 43. Well, that's just what you guys needed. Yeah, thunder and lightning picking up again in Roanoke. That's from this main line that's about to move through. We do see some lightning there. It's coming from all that real heavy rainfall that's between Roanoke and Wadley. All that stuff coming out of Clay County about to move through. Now, when this line moves through, things will start to calm down, I think, for the rest of the night. So I think once we get this line through, and it's going to rain for several more hours, but severe threat will be done for the night when we get this line through here. So it's 7:13 Central. Dr. Don with you in the Southern Union State Community College Live Severe Weather Center. We're doing live severe weather coverage. I've been going this round for about an hour and 39 minutes. Got up back on the air because of a tornado warning that was issued for Chilton County about an hour and 30 minutes ago. That tornado warning has since expired. We had another tornado warning for Montgomery and Elmore. That has also expired. So far, we haven't heard of any damage from any of the tornado warnings this afternoon. Most of what we have seen has been severe thunderstorm warnings, and we have several ongoing now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Tallapoosa County, which will be canceled here at any moment because the worst of the weather is out of Tallapoosa County. Severe thunderstorm warning for Chambers County. That'll be in effect until 8 o'clock, so that's about another 45 minutes for Chambers County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Lee County. That is in effect until 8 o'clock Central. Severe thunderstorm warning for Troup County in west central Georgia. That goes out until 8:30 Eastern time, and that stretches also down into Harris County and gets on down in there into Muskogee County down there around Columbus also. So this is what's left of the severe weather threat this afternoon. For you folks south of our coverage area, National Weather Service issuing severe thunderstorm warnings for Bullock, Macon, and Pike counties of south central Alabama this afternoon. Now I want to go over and take a look at the composite. This is all of the radar sites across the United States kind of meshed together and give you a good overview of the entire southeastern United States. And I wanted to look upstream to see if there was anything else developing along the cold front itself. The cold front itself has not moved through yet. That won't happen until tomorrow. And you can see that we do have some reformation up here around Memphis, back up to around St. Louis. I think that stays north of Alabama and Georgia, though. But we could have some more thunderstorms tomorrow. I don't think anything of this significance, but it's certainly possible that we could see a few thunderstorms tomorrow around noon, and then once that pushes through, we're done. This event can be put in the record books. So going back up here to this Troup County storm. There's the hail indication right there. 90% chance of hail, 30% probability that we have severe hail in that storm. There just to the southwest of LaGrange. And then we also have some rotation out there too on 27. But again, that's pretty common for these type storms. Go back over to the and let's switch this to Atlanta. Taking a few minutes for this thing to load. Let me go up and look at some questions you guys have got. Questions about Woodland. There's nothing severe in Randolph County. I'll go back up there in just a few moments and show you what that looks like. But right now, the only severe weather in the area is in Chambers and Troup, and also down there in Lee County. So that's where we're kind of really focusing right now. I know it looks horrible in Randolph County. I know it looks bad in Roanoke. But folks, all of that stuff up there in Randolph County is well below severe limits at the moment, and I think it's going to stay below severe limits. Nonetheless, I know it looks rough, but Roanoke, you're fine. You've just got some very heavy rainfall, maybe some gusty wind, and some dangerous lightning up there. You're probably seeing a good bit of that lightning down in Chambers County too, because we've got a pretty good show going on just south of 5 Points. But right now, the dangerous weather is going to be over the city of LaGrange, continuing to run right up I-85. Lots of lightning there just to the northeast of downtown LaGrange, and probably some hail out there around I-85. That stretches all the way back down I-185, down to almost down to the Harris County line. And it's moving off to the northeast. Go back over into Chambers County. From Pennon down to Lafayette, to just west of Casita, stretching down into Lee County, just west of Beans Mill, down to Beauregard. There's the football stadium right there at Beauregard, about to move over there now. Auburn, things should be improving for the city of Auburn. Most likely some gusty winds right along this front with some hail and torrential rainfall. Now let's go back up here to Randolph County. No warnings for Randolph County. A lot of rain. I know it's raining. Trust me. This is what I've been warning you about for the last 2 hours. Yeah, we had very heavy rainfall coming your way out of the Birmingham, Jefferson County area, and here it is. Roxton, it is pouring. City of Roanoke's got heavy rain. Showing a little bit of a hail marker out there just to the east of Wadley. Only about a 10% chance of hail there. It'd be very small if it's occurring at all. And then that heavy rain continues all the way up to around Wedowee, Woodland. Real strong rainfall up there around Woodland. Back up into Hawk. The rain stretches all the way back up to around Bucktown, up to around Bowden, and then up to around High Point up there along I-20. Then you're going to see a little bit of a lull in the action, break in the rain. Lineville, you're enjoying that right now, as well as Mellow Valley. And then the rain's going to pick back up again. It already is in western Clay County and back over in Talladega County. And so then you'll have another hour or so of heavy rain, and then look, we finally see the back end of this stuff moving through Tuscaloosa right now. So really moving through Birmingham, because that green stuff is going to be extremely light. It's probably just a drizzle. The light and moderate rain, maybe with occasional heavier embedded showers, would be the red stuff and the yellow stuff. So Tallapoosa County, you're completely out of the severe weather threat now. The National Weather Service has allowed your severe thunderstorm warning to expire. So we continue the severe thunderstorm warning for Chambers County and Lee County in Alabama. In Georgia for Troup and Harris. So I'm going to go back up here to the chat board and see if anybody has any reports or questions. If you want to report what the weather is currently at your location, be sure and give me the name of the town and what it's doing. And if you have any questions, you can post them as well. Agatha's reporting some heavy rain up around Bowden, or off of State Line Road back up toward Bowden. Lots of standing water out there on the roads, and I've been talking about that all afternoon long, folks. It's just a good idea to stay home tonight. Don't get out there and drive around in this mess. And if you see water across the roadway, don't cross it. It's dark. You don't know what's under that water. There may be nothing under that water. It may be a washed-out culvert. We live in rural Alabama, and there are culverts everywhere. And all it takes is a flash flood to take out one of those culverts. You drive up to it, it's dark, you can't tell the road's not there, and you drive right off into it. That does happen. So for that very reason, don't drive into standing water on a roadway. We're talking about Abbeville, Alabama, way down here in southeast Alabama. Nothing down there right now because this line hadn't gotten down there just yet. Abbeville, Headland, south of Eufaula, the line of storms back over here by Troy down to around Brantley. So that hasn't made it over to the Abbeville area just yet. They'll get it before the night's over with. And it is a severe thunderstorm. They're warning all the counties down there with severe thunderstorm warnings. So as a matter of fact, they just went under a severe thunderstorm warning down there. But the line of storms is still way back over there around Brantley. So it's going to be a minute before it gets to the Abbeville area. And severe thunderstorms. I don't see anything tornadic down there right now. Now, that line of storms is moving through Beauregard, but I think you're going to be fine. The National Weather Service is issuing an aerial flood warning. This is going to be for Shelby and Talladega counties. Let me pull that up and see what we got here. National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a flood warning for urban areas and small streams in southern Shelby County in central Alabama and Talladega County in east central Alabama until 1:15 a.m. At 7:22, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Flooding is already occurring in the warned area. Between 3 and 5 inches of rain have fallen. Wow. Some of the locations that could experience this flooding will include Alabaster, Oxford, Talladega, Sylacauga, Pell City, Calera, Montevallo, Childersburg, Columbiana, Wilsonville, Talladega Springs, Lincoln, Riverside, Vincent, Harpersville, Munford, Oak Grove, Waldo, and Bon Air. So between 3 and 5 inches of rain total has fallen over here in Talladega County this afternoon. And it came from this mess that's moving through Randolph and Chambers now. And then you see some more heavy rain breaking out over Talladega County. So that's what's prompted that flood warning over there. Let's go back over here to the Troup County storm. This thing just continues to intensify. And again, the Weather Service is telling us, warning us that there could be little spin-ups anywhere along this line, and there's one right there. That's a tornado vortex signature. That doesn't mean we have a tornado. That's an indication that there could be one there. Because there's so many signatures showing up on this line of thunderstorms, the National Weather Service is just going with severe thunderstorm warnings. And if they see something significant, then they'll pull a trigger on a tornado warning. But right now, things should be improving in LaGrange. And then the heaviest part of this storm should be moving on off to the northeast, up there south of Hogansville and south of Lone Oak, headed toward the northeast, getting on, eventually getting on up there around Gay, Georgia, and Harrelson. But like I said, don't let your guard down just yet, Troup County, because you have this line that's in East Alabama still to go. I'll say this much, though. The northern extent of this line doesn't seem to be as strong as it was earlier. It seems to pick up now around the Valley, Casita, Hughley area, and then it's strong from that point south all the way down to Smith Station. So the part of this storm that will eventually make it over here into Troup County, though there is lightning and very heavy rainfall and maybe some hail involved in it, it doesn't appear to be as strong as it was earlier. I've got a hail marker showing up here in Randolph County. That's only about a 10% chance, maybe some very small hail there around the south side of Roanoke in this line as it's moving through the Randolph County area. Pouring rain in Roanoke right now. Pouring rain in Rock Mills. Things are getting a little bit better in Rock Stand. You get up here on the east side of Randolph County, up County Road 87, Big Springs. It's just coming a flood just east of Woodland, all the way up to Graham and Bucktown. Just massive amounts of rain falling from the sky right now. Another hail marker up there, probably south of 48. About a 10% chance we could have some small hail in that one. Yeah, the rain up there in Cleburne County, though you've got more coming at you from Talladega, it should not be as heavy as it was earlier. The heaviest rain has moved on over into Carroll County. But look back over there around Anniston, you see some more red, and that's going to come right across Cleburne County as well. So the lightning is pretty intense in downtown Roanoke. Well, I can assure you this is not a loop. This is live and in living color, and has been live and in living color for the last hour and 55 minutes. I do repeat a lot of the same information because new people come in and old people drop off. So I do repeat some of the information, but this is not a loop. This is live and in living color. Heavy rain in the Center Chapel area of Randolph County. That's the area I was just talking about there, just northeast of Roanoke. Very heavy rainfall. And for you folks down here in Chambers County, they're going to hang on to that severe thunderstorm warning for just a few more minutes. Until we can get this line of thunderstorms out of Alabama and into Georgia, and then Chambers County will be in the clear. And the same will hold true for Lee County. You see, this is the section of the storm that they're warning for. Once that gets out of your county, then Lee County will be in the clear also. Nothing but rain for northern Clay County. Clay County is in the clear. Threat of severe weather has ended, and you've got some heavy rainfall up there. Talladega, all the way back over to Lineville, Delta, back down to Ashland and Millerville. Very heavy rainfall, but the severe threat has ended up here in Talladega and in Clay. Same for Cleburne and Calhoun. All areas north of where you see this yellow triangle, you're out of the threat of severe weather. The threat will continue tonight, basically along and south of I-85 in Alabama and Georgia. Now we got reports of a tree down on a mobile home in Conway Acres. That's on Wire Road, just west of Auburn. And that's a public report, so that's not confirmed. Our National Weather Service is continuing the severe thunderstorm warning for Chambers and Lee for about another 27 minutes till the top of the hour. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. for eastern Lee and eastern Chambers County. At 7:32, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Standing Rock to 6 miles north of Smiths to 7 miles northeast of Spring Hill, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard from this storm will be 60 mile per hour wind gust. Wind gust of 53 miles per hour was recently recorded with this line of storms. And I think most likely they're going to let this thing drop before 8 o'clock because it's right on the Alabama-Georgia state line now. And in Georgia, we have a severe thunderstorm warning remaining in effect until 9:15 for Meriwether, Muskogee, Chattahoochee, Troup, Talbot counties. That's for the same line of storms. Tornado watch has been canceled for Montgomery and Tallapoosa County. So Tallapoosa, you are completely in the clear now. Tornado watch has been canceled. On the eastern half or western half of Chambers County, from Lafayette west, you're in the clear as well. The severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect for just a few more minutes for Chambers County is going to be for this section of the storm way over here at Lynette Valley, about to cross into Georgia, right there along I-85, just to the west of the Kia plant. That's where the heavy part of this storm is. Rain should be subsiding for the time being in Roanoke. Still raining really heavy over toward Rock Mills, and also down there around Bacon Level. Stretching up there to around Weehadkee. And then over in Heard County, very heavy rainfall. Stretching all the way down to Franklin, back down to 5 Points in Chambers. And then you'll see there will be a little bit of a lull in the action there for Randolph County. And then some more moderate, light to moderate rain will move in from the west. And the rain will continue for another hour or so. And then things should start to dry out for the evening. Copious amounts of rain right now in Lynette, Shawmut, Hughley, Valley. You ever heard of those communities, Producer Tracy? That's where Producer Tracy is from. The hail indication now is just a little bit to the east of Valley. Also another marker there just north of Lynette. But I'm telling you, the biggest threat right here is extremely heavy rainfall and dangerous lightning. Though the lightning's output seems to be lessening, that frame that you're looking at right there, we're only looking at 18 strikes in the last 2 minutes. So the lightning output seems to be lessening, which is an indication that the rain may not be quite as heavy as it was earlier along this line, because I'm just not seeing the lightning that we've been seeing. Even up here in Randolph County, there is still some lightning strikes, but it's nothing like what it was earlier. That frame right there is showing me 16 lightning strikes in the last 2 minutes. So for all practical purposes, Chambers County, you're in the clear, and so is Lee County. This storm has moved on across the Chattahoochee River and is now in Georgia. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Harris County and for Troup in our coverage area. But I got to tell you, this next line that's coming into LaGrange is not as potent as that first one was. Got a report of flooding in Alexander City. Could you be a little bit more specific on what is flooding? I mean, are you just seeing water run down the road, or do you have homes that are flooding, or is it coming from a creek, a stream, or is it just water standing in your front yard? If you could, give me a little bit more of a description of what's flooding in Alex City. Thank you, 5 Points. That should, your rain up there at 5 Points should be slacking up now. Okay, Alexander City, all I'm seeing there is heavy rain. I don't see any wind whatsoever, and all I see is 2 lightning strikes in the last 2 minutes. No question it's raining, and I told you it was going to rain. That heavy rain is going to continue for at least for another hour or so around the Alexander City area. Hey, Scott Hale, thank you for joining us down there at Lake Harding. Let me run back down there. So this storm, is just coming over Lake Harding. The heaviest part of it should have just passed you down there. William, Roanoke's fine. The rain is letting up a little bit right now, but there is more rain coming. We got some heavy rain over there in Clay County. Right, you'll see a report right there with heavy rain in Lineville, so that's going to be moving into Randolph County. But that is not severe. The severe threat is now pretty much out of Alabama and is moving on into West Georgia. That's this leading edge of this line of thunderstorms. That's where the severe threat was all afternoon. That's where it's at now. Even though we do have some pretty good lightning popping up over here in Clay County now. Those are big strikes, too. Millerville down to Brownsville. And then out here in the southwest corner of Clay County. Not a lot of them, but the bigger the icon, the stronger the lightning bolt. And those are pretty big. All right, Nicole, where are you? You're saying you've got hail, but I'm not sure where you are. So if you'll post where you're talking about, we'll know where you're at. Carrollton's just seeing some heavy rain, and that's going to continue for another few hours as well. That band is moving right through downtown Carrollton right now. Rain just started in Columbus. Still heavy rain down there in Opelika, but nothing like it was. Thank you, Joey. That yellow box is a severe thunderstorm warning. And Troup County remains under a severe thunderstorm warning for a few more until 8:15. Betty's asking the question, anything severe anticipated for tomorrow? Not right now. Can't rule out another line of thunderstorms, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to be severe. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Power lines down on Elbert Drive in Alexander City. And the second round has made it to LaGrange. Let's go. Yeah, it's out there around Lee's Crossing. And that stretches all the way back to Fredonia. But again, LaGrange, this doesn't look nearly as significant as it once did in Alabama. So I think that first round that you had, even though you got extremely heavy rain that's going to fall there, in LaGrange for the next 30 minutes or so. I don't think the threat of severe weather is as bad with this round as it was that first one. Now, out there on I-85 to the northeast of Lynette, up there around the Kia plant, maybe some hail falling right there. And then I-185. From the Harris County line all the way down, pretty much all the way to Columbus. Not a good ride right now. Leading edge of the rain about to move into Hamilton and eventually Pine Mountain. Things should be getting a little bit better in Lynette, though it's still raining pretty heavily there. Also up there at Amity Park and up there around Holiday Park on West Point Lake. That rain will be subsiding here in a few minutes. And then you'll have about 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes of very light rain, and then the rain's going to pick up again. You look back over there to your west, you see that heavy rain over there around Alexander City. That's moving due east. So that'll move right into the Lynette Valley, West Point area in the next 30 minutes or so. I'm just looking at a photograph of that leading edge of that first storm coming into Troup County. And let me see if I can download this thing. And get this up where you can see it. This is incredible. Y'all bear with me just a minute. This is going to take just a minute. That's something else we're working on also. We're going to have a very, very easy way for you to send us video and photographs during times of severe weather. So we can show those here on Dr. Don's weather page. That's coming along with the new app that we're about to release. All right, we got some exciting stuff going on. Okay. Oh, come on. All right, we got to take the internet computer, so look at that, would you? That is a shelf cloud moving into the city of LaGrange. Now, I believe this is going to be from the first storm that moved through LaGrange about 45 minutes to an hour ago. That is one of the best shelf clouds I think I've ever seen. That is amazing. That was sent to me by Jason Ritter. He is one of our area field coordinators for the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. He lives down there in LaGrange. That's just, that is incredible stuff right there. That was in LaGrange, Georgia. I don't know, an hour or so ago when this first line of storms moved through. I'll go back to the radar and I'll show you what's left of that line of storms. It's going to be for this stuff up here that's since moved on out of Troup County. But if you're ahead of this line of storms, if you're up here in Griffin and you're looking back toward LaGrange, you can probably see exactly what I was just showing you on the screen there. Incredible shelf cloud. All right, so East Alabama, you're out of the threat of severe weather now. You're good to go, all clear for all counties of East Alabama. The only areas that we have that are still under any types of warnings is going to be for Troup County, primarily southern Troup County, though LaGrange, you're about to get walloped again with very heavy rainfall. And then this line of storms that's moving on into Harris County, that's lined up now from about Pine Mountain and then curving back down to just east of Columbus as it continues to move on off to the east also. Power outage now being reported in LaGrange. Sam's saying it's still pretty windy there in Lynette. Yeah, well, you've still got a little bitty piece right on top of Lynette. Let me go down there and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so there's the city of Lynette, and you still have red right on top of Lynette. But I mean, seriously, by the time you go to the kitchen and grab you a snack right quick and get back in front of the computer, it's going to be gone. I mean, it's going to move out just that quick. Out there on Highway 50, the back edge of it's already moving through. Then you're going to have a little lull, and then light rain will pick back up, and then eventually this stuff over here around Dadeville and our town, that's going to move on over toward Lynette. So you're going to have another round of heavy rain, though it's not going to be quite as intense as what you saw in this line. So very heavy rainfall now in Pine Mountain, down to Hamilton, down to Waverly Hall. Weather Service warning for this entire line of thunderstorms as it moves into Georgia. And just as soon as we lose this Troup County portion of the warning, we are going to wind this up. We have been going now for 2 hours and 16 minutes, and this is live broadcast number 2 this afternoon. It's been a long day. It's been a long season. Every time we have one of these rounds of severe weather, I think, well, that's it. That's going to be our last round of severe weather for this year, and then here we go again. I mean, this is not that uncommon, but it is a little more active this year than what we've been accustomed to in the last several years. For you folks up here in North Georgia that's been watching our coverage, we've got heavy rainfall we've got heavy rainfall over Lumpkin County now and up there around Union County. That's about to move on into Towns County, White County, Hall County, eventually over to Habersham and Rabun, Stevens and Banks. There's some really heavy rainfall up here in northeast Georgia. I think the heaviest of that rain will stay north of I-85. Now, this stuff down here in West Georgia could continue moving on off to the west, northwest, and you folks up here in Athens and eventually on over here around Hartville, Georgia, may see some of this in another couple of 2 or 3 hours. But heavy rain about to set in now up here in northeast Georgia for sure. Thank you, Trudy Green. I appreciate your kind comments. I'm going to go up here and take a look at the board so I can thank some of you folks before we get out of here. Debbie Knight Pate, thank you. And I will tell Tracy that you appreciate her. Certainly will. Thank you, Beth. We appreciate your kind words. Heavy rain and a little windy out there at Moody Bridge. That's Tammy Johnson over there in LaGrange. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate your kind words. Power outage in Fortson. That's down there in Harris County. Thank you, Amy Fincher. I appreciate it. Thank you, Cassie. Rock Mills Bridge is underwater. Well, I would not be totally surprised about that. As much rain as we had, as quick as it came down. When it's safe to do so, if anybody can, get me some pictures of that. I certainly would appreciate it. Now, I don't want you to put yourself in any danger to do it. But if Highway 22 is underwater there at the Rock Mills Bridge and it's safe to do so, I'd certainly love to see that, and I'll post those pictures. Pat Ray's asking the question, are we done for the night except rain? Yes, ma'am. We're done with severe weather tonight. We'll have another hour or two of occasionally heavy rain, and then this will be done. Now, we could have a thunderstorm or two tomorrow as the main cold front pushes through, but shouldn't be severe. Power outage out there on Bud Cummins Road in Roanoke. Lee County EMA is reporting, that's down there at Auburn, they're reporting numerous reports of trees and power lines down across the county. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jane. And again, folks, if you would like to help us out, all you have to do is go to our website, brand new website. We just did a lot of work on it. We have still a good bit of work to go, but I like the new look, and I'd like for you to check it out. It's DrDonWX.com, and right there on the home page, there is a donate button where you can help us out. We appreciate anything you can do. All the stuff that we're doing does take time and it is expensive. So all we ask is that you support us as best you can when you can. And we'll continue doing this for East Alabama and West Georgia. We have a brand new mobile app that'll be coming out hopefully within the next couple of 2 or 3 weeks. We're working on it. We've just about got it ready to go. And we'll get that pushed out. Of course, I'll let you know right here on Dr. Don's weather page when it's available for download. And the app's going to be pretty cool. You're going to be able to watch us when we go live on the app. It's going to have weather radar. It's going to have obviously have forecast. There's going to be a real neat portal on there for you to send us weather videos and weather photographs. We're going to have our own chat room. We have watches and warnings that'll be posted on the app. So there lots of cool stuff on Dr. Don's Weather Page app, which will be coming to your smartphone store near you real soon. We'll let you know when it's ready to go. Report a power out on Lanes Chapel Road. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate your kind words. Again, we're hanging on for a few more minutes. The only county we have in our coverage area, only 2 counties we have in our coverage area that are still under any types of warnings, going to be Central and Southern Troup County and Harris County. And the storm is just about out of Harris County, all except for right there at Hamilton, and then up there right around Pine Mountain. So it's up there. The storm is up there in the northeast corner of Harris County, moving on off to the east-northeast. And the heaviest of it is moving out of LaGrange as well. Right now, the heaviest part of the storm in Troup County is going to be from I-185 on 27 at I-185 all the way down to Pine Mountain. The rest of you getting very heavy rainfall. I'm not doubting that at all, but it's not severe. It's below severe limits. So we're going to hang in there with you for about another 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. I'll zoom out. Let's go back to composite and give you a big picture of the entire southeastern United States. All the severe weather now is from Troup County in West Georgia all the way back down to just west of Dothan. And that area is moving on off to the east. So you folks over here in South Georgia from Macon south, get ready. It's going to be a stormy night down here in South Georgia. But you can see we still have rain stretching all the way back to near Birmingham and then down I-20 to Meridian, Mississippi, and on down to Hattiesburg. That's all moving off to the east. So another hour, maybe hour and a half of rain across East Alabama, and then things will start drying up in East Alabama. And then looking back upstream, we do see some showers and thunderstorms up there around Memphis, stretching on back up to around St. Louis. But all of that should stay to the north. And then the cold front itself is expected to swing through here during the day tomorrow. We cannot rule out the possibility of a few showers and thunderstorms as that line comes through, but I think the atmosphere has been raked over so well tonight. I think any storms that try to form tomorrow are really going to have a hard time getting their act together. I just don't think there's going to be enough instability left to do anything tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll watch it, and we'll let you know if that were to change. Now, I got to tell you folks up here, this is well out of our coverage area. This storm up here between Haralson and Gay that's moving off to the northeast. National Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for that. But that's a pretty good looking storm right there. And so Atlanta, of course, gives great coverage in this area, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But that's a respectable storm up there just south of Haralson in Georgia. It's got a really good look to it. That's the first storm that came through LaGrange, the one that I showed you the photograph of. That's it. Let me go back to that one more time before we wind this thing up, because that's just incredible. Look at that shelf cloud. That was in LaGrange, Georgia, when that first storm came through. This is the storm that's near Haralson now. That is just incredible. You don't see that in the South very much. That's stuff you see out west and up into Kansas and Oklahoma. So that's pretty impressive right there. Good shot of that shelf cloud coming into LaGrange, Georgia earlier this afternoon. All right, well, we just lost the radar for some reason. That was bad timing. Let's see if we can get it back right quick so we can wrap this up. All right, there we go. Gremlins. I tell you, there's gremlins in here tonight. All right, so that's what we're left with, folks. Severe weather threat has now ended for all of East Alabama and is rapidly ending for West Georgia. One lone storm now left just south of LaGrange. National Weather Service is maintaining a severe thunderstorm warning for that cell just south of LaGrange, moving off to the east. Also down here in Harris County, we have a line of storms stretching from just west of Pine Mountain down to Hamilton, down to Waverly Hall. And that's also moving off to the northeast. Back over here in Alabama, just some mostly light to occasionally moderate rainfall. Occasional lightning strike here and there. We could have some street flooding that's taking place. We could have some flooding around streams and creeks this evening as well, as several locations across East Alabama received between 3 and 5 inches of rain during this event this afternoon. But that should wind it up for severe weather. We cannot rule out the possibility of a passing thunderstorm tomorrow. But at this point, we don't anticipate any more severe weather across East Alabama or West Georgia. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I appreciate your being loyal and hanging in here with us through severe weather coverage. Our severe weather coverage is brought to you by Southern Union State Community College. We're broadcasting out of the Shepherd's Weather Center on Dr. Don's weather page. I'll have your full forecast first thing tomorrow morning on Dr. Don's weather page. Y'all have a fantastic evening. We'll see you back in here tomorrow. Bye now.